Friends, today I will talk about a little girl. It is about a dream he had since childhood and his determination to make it come true. The incident is very old, many may know, but I couldn't resist the urge to make a video about it. Watch the full video without skipping. And if you like the video, share it with your friends, and definitely subscribe. One day the little girl read an article in a newspaper. After reading it, he is very happy, and rushes to his father with the paper. Going to the father, showing the news, excitedly said, Look, there's a baby in the Jarrod house in Savage Dwip, it's a baby. I will go there for a vacation in summer. Will take me there? In response, his father says that, Are you mad? They don't allow everyone to go there. Only those who are in the research corps with them can go there. Her father was a high-ranking railway employee, who settled the matter as it was then, never dreaming that he instilled a stubbornness in his daughter. After passing higher secondary from Bhavani Girls' School, Shibpur, Howrah, she got admission in Nursing Dutta College. His subject was honors in anthropology. Taking up this subject, her father, a little surprised, asked his daughter the reason. The talented daughter replied with a smile, This is my passport to the Green Island. Graduated with excellent results and admitted to master's degree. There too she scored great results. Now she is applying for PhD. And the subject of choice is the genetic study of Chihuahuas. The application, the directors were spellbound. Where strong boys are afraid to set foot on those islands, a girl wants to go there, she is also a Bengali. In short, directors did not hesitate to reject her application after seeing the results of all his previous tests, and being satisfied with the interview, they agreed, but on one condition. The house should be written down, ASI will not be responsible if any accident happens there. By that time her father passes away. Compelled, looking at the girl's face, the birth mother nodded. But there is a fear in the mind. But that day her mother didn't even understand. She started a history by letting her daughter go to Andaman. Over the next few years the girl absorbed several islands inhabited by the Andaman Aborigines. From there, the girl gained the trust of the blacksmiths along with her own self-belief. Earned such trust that the dreaded Zarwars, without hesitation, left their children in his hands. The Anj tribe of Little Andaman used to surround him and dance when they saw her. In the mouth of the local people, her name became Jangal Madam. But the fierce sentinels are still out of reach. In 1880, a British commander captured a sentinel couple with 4 children. Although the children survived, the couple could not tolerate the poison of civilization. After they died, the children were left on the island again. In the 1970s, ASI experts made an attempt to land on North Sentinel Island, but swarms of arrows from the pool dashed their hopes. In 1990 Nat Geo went down there with the intention of making a documentary called Man in Search of Man. Within an hour, an 8-foot spear was embedded in the poor gunnery director's thigh, and no one dared to shoot further. That day came in the girl's life. The 4th of January, 1991. A small vessel of the Andaman administration, named MV Tarmugli, with 13 passengers left for Sentinel Island, with the intention of establishing cordial relations with them. And a girl, Dr. Madhumala Chatterjee, joined this first expedition. Approaching the island, they boarded a small boat, with plenty of coconuts to offer. As they approached the bank, a group of sentinels emerged from behind the trees, who had not come into the light of civilization for 60,000 years. Among the sentinels, mostly men, with bows and spears in hand, women with babies in their arms. From the boat, the ASI team members started throwing coconuts one by one into the water. An icy cold silence, and then several tribals went down to the water and started to pick coconuts. The members burst into cheers, the Sentinels finally accepting the gift of civilized people. By surprising everyone, Meghumala got down to her knees in the water, coconut in both hands, looked at the girls on the bank, shouted in Anj language, "Narieli Java Java. Come and take coconut." A sentinel standing on the bank, no one noticed when he aimed an arrow at her. At the last moment, the doctor is saved by being pushed by a tribal woman from a bowman. This gift episode lasted for 4 hours. At the end of the day, the sentinels were all seen laying down their weapons at their feet. Experienced Meghumala realized that the ice had melted, slowly walked up to the beach of Sentinel Island. Several sentinels took the coconut directly from her hand. "60,000 years later, for the first time directly from the hands of a civilized person, received a gift, a primitive tribe of the world, as well as a new chapter in the history of anthropology." The rest of the 13 members who left were S. Dawarati, Director, Tribal Welfare, ANI Administration, who was the party leader. Arun Malik, who was Medical Officer, for providing medical care in case of illness or injury, and Chatterjee himself, the team's anthropologist. A month and a half after first contact, Meghumala returned to the North Sentinel Islands on February 11th. This time the reception was enthusiastic. The Sentinelese boarded the boat to receive the coconuts. Fortunately, no arrows were spotted. Meghumala continued her research, initially in the Andamans, for many more years with the Jarawa tribe. When Meghumala visited in 1991, she was the first woman from outside to visit Jarwa. Caution: Meghumala stayed in the motorboat, while the men went ashore to meet the tribe. On seeing Meghumala, the Jarwa women began to signal her to come ashore by shouting Milal Chera, meaning, "Friend, come here." Seeing a woman in the communication group, to express their joy, they immediately start dancing. This unexpected welcome by the Jarawa women for Meghumala prompted the party leader to send a boat to bring Meghumala ashore. Boat neared the shore, 5 Jarwa men boarded the boat, sat beside Meghumala and looked at her with curiosity. Meghumala's heart was beating violently, but Meghumala maintained her composure. Other members of the communications team weren't sure how to respond. A wrong move can be disastrous. Just then a Jarwa woman got into the boat and sat next to Meghumala. The Jarwa woman pointed out to the 5 men that the visitor was a woman like her. Meghumala hugged the woman, indicating friendship. No anthropology textbook taught her this. It came from experience, empathy, and a sense of self-preservation. The Jarawa woman was thrilled at this gesture, and made the 5 Jarawa men lie down on the floor of the boat like children being instructed. On landing, other Jarwa women surround Meghumala, and begin to examine her skin texture and long hair with their fingers. Involved pinching and scratching, which had to be endured to achieve lasting friendships. Satisfied women, as a sign of acceptance into the community, offered Meghumala a hairband and an arm amulet. As soon as the initiation ceremony was over, and Meghumala was given a friendly welcome, she became a regular visitor to the Jarawa region. His anthropological research with the Jarawas was mainly through observation. No sophisticated instruments could be used, as Jarawa tended to claim things Meghumala brought as her own, including the pencils Meghumala used to take notes. An attractive bond was formed, and Jarwa women kept Jarwa men away from Meghumala. He would be invited into the Jarawa hut, play with the children, share their food, and sometimes even be asked to help with the housework. Madhumala also became the resident doctor, and during jungle forays to gather game, applied ointment to the injuries sustained by the Jarawas. Despite her request, the administration refused to allow Madhumala to spend the night with the Jarawas. These visits revealed as much to the Jarawas as it did to Madhumala about the Jarawas. Madhumala also did important work with Anjas and Kar Nikobars. Among the Anj tribe, Madhumala was called Devata Betty because her anthropological studies, including taking blood samples, examined the state of Anj health. Years later, when at the request of the Government of India, Madhumala visited the islands with the then Social Justice and Empowerment Secretary Asha Das, the Nicobaris recognized Madhumala and informed the secretary that their daughter had returned. Because of her seminal work, the University of Cornell and the University of California, Berkeley offered Madhumala research positions. However, her two younger siblings and her responsibilities to her elderly mother prevented her from accepting this assignment. She accepted a job in the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, where she is now posted as a senior research officer. The dream of that 12-year-old girl from Howrah Shivpur was successful. She left many attractive jobs in foreign universities. At the time of retirement was Director, Central Department of Backward Development. Now resides in Delhi.